Today I will introduce you to the people by whom you will be inspired. Let's get started then.
Nicholas James Vujicic is a Serbian-Australian missionary and motivational speaker who was born with tetraamelia syndrome, a rare disorder characterized by the absence of 4 organs. As a child, he struggled mentally and emotionally as well as physically, but eventually came to terms with his disability and at the age of 17, started his own non-profit organization, Life Without Limbs. Vujicic presents motivational speeches worldwide, on life with a disability, hope and finding meaning in life. He also speaks about his belief that God can use any willing heart to do his work and that God is big enough to overcome any and all disabilities. Nick Vujicic Love Without Limits, a wonderful story of all the conquests of true love. It doesn't take a perfect person to find a perfect love. Even though he was born without arms or legs, Nick Vujicic created a ridiculously good life. But after dating disappointments and a failed relationship, he reached his mid-20s worried that he would never find a woman to love him and share his life. Then Nick met Kanae and everything changed. But even with undeniable chemistry, they would have to navigate twists and turns worthy of a romantic comedy before becoming one in marriage. In Love Without Limits, Nick and Kanae tell how they improbably found each other, fell in love, and then fought to overcome skepticism from others about their relationship. Filled with practical insights that will benefit any couple, this inspiring book describes a godly courtship and the early years of the Vujicic's marriage and parenting journey. Above all, Love Without Limits is an inspiring reminder that when Christ is at the center of a relationship, even with serious challenges, true love will triumph. Despite my optimism about other parts of life, I decided that love in this world had limits after all. I'd become convinced that no woman would want to marry such an obviously imperfect man as me. As a boy growing up in Australia, Nick Vujicic could not understand why God had allowed him to be born without limbs and if he would ever bring a woman into Nick's life. On the other side of the world, Kanae Vujicic, a girl growing up in Mexico, saw dysfunction sadly separate her family. She wondered if a loving, lasting marriage was even possible. Later, when Nick realized that God had a purpose for him, his life took on new meaning. But after a long-term relationship ended in heartache, would he ever find someone to marry? Kanae experienced relationships based on superficial attraction, but she longed to find a mate with strong character and faith, a man who would be a godly husband and father. When Nick and Kanae met in the most amazing way, they realized that God, the ultimate matchmaker, had used even their discouraging and painful experiences to prepare them for each other, for the love of their life. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comments, and subscribe.